Hey, yo, who this? Yo, who are you, bro?
White boy Joe. I thought I was supposed to be here.
Yo, you good? White boy Joe.
Oh, that's White Boy Joe?
Okay.
Yeah, he got a beard like you. All right. I see you. All right. So what up, Joe?
Ain't nothing, man. Going on, fellas?
Word.
We good, you know.
So peace, everybody. Welcome back. You know, we took, a week off? Yeah. And now we back.
Like that,
you know, the wife's birthday party was a hit. So we went through the normal introductions. Y'all know who we are. I'm going to pass the mic to Joe real quick. Let him give you his credentials in regards to, his background in hip-hop.
All the deeded out. Polo bear on his chest.
Appreciate y'all having me here. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
So, yeah, I'm a little bit older. I'm 38, so most of my background in hip-hop starts in the 90s. I did work for about 7 years for Hot 97 with Funk Flex, doing some music stuff, but also doing a lot of sports writing on their sites and a bunch of other sites. Yes, shout to Flex always. So I do think I have a expansive background as a hip-hop fan / fake critic, but I do think I'm very knowledgeable to keep up with you fellas and talk about some gems on this show with y'all.
Get it.
Hey, before we jump into it, though, how was your time writing for Flex? What was that like?
So, I mean, it was cool, like, especially meeting certain individuals and stuff like that, and it got me the chance to do a lot of my first real interviews with NBA players, some NFL players, and things like that. Helped me get my engagement up on social media, of course, too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still something I do. It's just not at the moment. It's not a main priority in my life, but that was a good, strong 7 years going from intern, not making no bread, to living off that completely without no other job.
Yo, did you ever tell Flex to stop talking over the music?
Nah, I don't have to, because everybody in the world been telling him that. It ain't never gonna change. It's funny you say that, though, because I think if you listen to Flex for like an hour and he didn't do it, you'd be like, yo, what happened?
Hey, yo,
It's one of those things that people hate, but you kind of don't realize it's kind of just part of something.
Yo, I saw online somebody said Flex, a.k.a. DJ iPod Shuffle. I was crying.
Nah, Flex, he know how to rock a show,
15
man.
to 45 seconds of a song.
He know how to hype a record, man.
He do.
Yeah, I can't front.
But no, it was definitely a good time. I appreciated my time with them. It was a good look.
No doubt.
All right, so you gentlemen, have y'all all listened to this J Electricity?
I have multiple times.
So let's jump right into that. Mr. Lightskin, I'm gonna start with you. Just give us your thoughts, and then we'll just go down the line.
Hold on.
You sure you want to start with me?
I just want to say I notice he always start with the light-skinned niggas. Y'all notice that too, right? You know, nigga passed it to Joe first and all that. Like, nah, I'm fucking with y'all.
You kick it off then.
I'm
Nah.
fucking around. You
No.
I just like to see my people smile.
We're gonna let Mr. Smooth Chocolate kick it off. Go ahead, do your thing, player.
Nah,
you already here. Come on. Let's get with it. Thoughts, opinions, like, dislike. Let's go.
Listen, and don't rush me either. Is this nigga like to rush me? You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was electrifying. J Electronica. And he had a special guest, Vito. Yo, I listened to this a few times today. First listen was today, but it was multiple. I listened to it, and I just kept, listening to it, following it through, and fucking loved it. You know what I'm saying? Some things I noticed, aside from the natural abilities of both of these gentlemen, is that I didn't really. Now, don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I didn't really hear the word money spoke. Now, don't get me wrong. Money was spoke of, but the word literally money, I don't think I fucking heard that shit in that. And it just, because this album was called a written testament, so they was on some whole spiritual type of shit in some sense. So, you know what I'm saying? I just thought that was interesting, aside from all the natural rapping and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, I definitely fuck with Hov. You know what I'm saying? He came as godlike as he usually comes and kind of solidify his godlike status once again, in my opinion. And J Electronica definitely came strong, and I think he came right on this. And due to the fact that he did have Hove on there, that joint, and how he expressed that, he spoke to Puff and wanted to like make it a Grammy situation, I think it's there. This is definitely gonna be up for, album of the year, one of those type of nominations or something of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But gentlemen, what do you guys think?
Word. Who wants to take the mic next?
I got it. All right. First off, let me get into a little detail about the album. The album dropped March 13th, Friday the 13th. It dropped at midnight. Honestly, it's a good album. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of caught me off guard in the beginning because I'm like, hold on. I got like halfway through the album and I'm like, listen, this is supposed to be a Jay Electronica album, but it sounded like a Jay Electronica album and Hove album. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm pleased with the album, but for a 10-year hiatus, I just thought I was gonna get more electric and not Hove. And as I listened to the album, I probably listened to the album smooth 15 times since it dropped. I understand why he took such a long hiatus, and I'm gonna break that down real quick for y'all. This album, listen to what I'm about to say too. This album had a whole lot of God talk, and
that was expected.
hold on. This album had a whole lot of. I'm gonna cut you off. This album had a whole lot of God talk and God talk. Let me break that down. Like when I say God, I mean, you hear the references, to like Allah and Islam and stuff like that. But then, when you say God, the black man is the original God. You know what I'm saying? So you listen to their lyrics and stuff like that, they giving us a whole lot of gems. You know what I'm saying? So
It was crazy all through this whole joint.
Absolutely. Now, quick story for you real quick. Now, I didn't think this album was going to come out. Honestly. A lot of people didn't think this album was going to come out. So,
Son, you want to know, let me, not to cut you
go ahead.
but there was, I rewatched, I want to say it was the Breakfast Club joint with Hov. And for some reason, something in there he said that Hov was about to drop this shit real soon.
Oh, really?
That shit was crazy.
I didn't pick up
And
on
shit
that.
was like, man, it was some old shit.
Yes, cause Hov only went there one time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Elect,
If it wasn't there, it was somewhere I seen that shit.
I saw him 5 years ago at the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March in D.C. I walked up to him. He was with the Nation. And if you listen to this album, he references, a lot of Elijah Muhammad and stuff like that, and Farrakhan. And I saw him, I approached him, I said, listen, man, we need that album, right? And he was like, yeah, I got you. Now, getting back to what I was saying earlier, as far as I know why he took such a long hiatus, because if you listen to the album, it sounded like he was trying to get his life together. And if you now that I'm older and I put everything into proper context, me seeing him with the Nation and him actually being at the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March, I feel like he was trying to get his life together and get his mind right. Now, when you trying to be that focused, you don't really have time for distractions and stuff like that. You want to focus on, your teachings and get deep into, what you're trying to learn. It's I'm not even gonna act like I'm spiritual or religious and stuff like that, because to tell you the truth, I'm not. I don't deal with religion, but I understand what he's talking about in this album and that 10-year hiatus, because one of my close friends took a 15-year hiatus where he just pretty much totally cut us off and went that whole religious route. So I get it. And in the lyrics, you hear it, and I respect it. And that, and that's what I gotta say about Jay. I feel bad for doubting you, millions of other people thinking that this album was never gonna come out. Obviously, it's here. Am I pleased with it? Yes. Do I feel like it should have been more you than Young Hov? Yeah, but I'm not gonna be a hater on the album. The album is solid.
You feel you didn't get enough.
I feel it. Exactly. And to tell you the truth, I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my favorite artist. But to tell you the truth, if you take some of his verses off a lot of these songs and just add an additional J-Elect verse, oh my goodness, it would have the same effect to me. Honestly, it's a solid album. It's a solid album.
Anything that I can agree about the whole situation. He was the first verse. Like,
Yes, exactly.
that messed me up.
That messed me up too. I'm just gonna be honest. It really did mess me up because it's like. But then you got kind of excited because you was like, oh man, it's Hove, you know. Yeah, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna keep rambling on and on. I got a lot more to say, but I'm just gonna pass the mic over to my man Joe. Let it flow, Joe.
So, I mean, for the most part, I kind of agree with what my brother Mr. Lightskin saying over here. It's a good album. I don't want to critique it too hard because it's not bad music. But I was looking forward to an electronica solo debut. And we got to watch The Throne Part 2.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Nothing's bad about it. Just wasn't what I was, I guess, hoping for. I mean, there's a lot of lyrical content on there. I haven't listened to it enough, honestly, to probably catch some of the lyrics enough yet. But for having Exhibit C in 2009, and we could wait 11 years to 2020, and we get 9 tracks, and it's basically a group album.
Facts.
It's good music, it's just not what I was hoping for, I guess is the best way to put it. There's a lot of lyrical content in there, and we was actually speaking earlier about, and how you was mentioning too, a lot of the God talk and a lot of the God body talk. If he was gonna do something like that with a legend, it would have been a better album with Nas. For the style of that, I don't feel like Jay-Z is in the same.
Jay-Z doesn't have
Under-
that content.
True, like I feel like
Not at all, man. Jay-Z has that content.
he has content.
I'm talking about fitting into that 5% talk and then throwing the bars on top of that. So just imagine that same
think
song.
he has that
Actually, he
content.
is.
He has that
Actually, he
content.
is, but he doesn't express it as much as others, though.
Just imagine, but just flip that. Put Nas on there. Put Ray on there.
Yeah, it's
Put
totally
Ghost on
different.
there.
Yeah,
That's
because
what-
that's what they're used to, though.
But I'm just saying, just the
That's true.
flow for
That's
the
true.
project, it would have been a different story.
Jay will throw up the sign. He will represent the sign, but he's not as vocal as the artist that you just spoke about. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
So-
when I was, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said what I said about how he was trying to make, like, he didn't want to make nothing that's just going to fall under the, like, not to say if he'd have made something with them people, it would have did this, but doing this with Hove put him naturally on a pedestal. Like, this shit is a Grammy album, dog. Do you
ahead.
understand what I'm
Go ahead,
saying?
Joe.
So-
If he would have did that with
Hold on,
any
hold
of
on.
them
It's-
out,
well,
like,
It's a
I
I feel like that was the intent by putting Hove on there so heavy, was to sell it. But it's like, is that a knock on electronica? Like, they don't believe that he can support and get a fan base like that. So it's actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, the effort, they're going for a Grammy. Electronica would never win a Grammy by himself, even though he has the skills to do such.
the money to do it.
it's not what it's saying. What?
Did you feel mind tricked though to a certain extent?
Not at all.
So
did.
were you
So-
caught off guard? You didn't know Hove was gonna be on there like that?
No, because what he did, I think sometime late last year,
With the tweets?
he teased saying that
Hov
the
was
God
on it.
MC was gonna be on the album, but he didn't say, "Oh, we're doing a joint album." This is a joint album to me. Don't tell me it's not, because it is. If you're on more than 5 tracks, it's a joint album. All right.
And that was the other thing too. We waited this many years, and it's like, I was hoping for more than 9 songs after this long of a wait. And then, of course, there's a lot of comparisons in the past 24 hours, 48 hours to Illmatic, because of the way first solo album, 10 joints. But I'm like, I don't know if that's really where we should be comparing electronica at this stage of his career anyway. So
I mean, that's my opinion. I don't think so.
I agree.
I'm saying, like, I feel this was a strategic. This was a strategic, move for them to do this, not just for Jay Electronica, but for Rock Nation too, to shine light on Jay Electronica. Because if he'd have dropped this with no Hove on here, we don't know how it would have came out. And what was his last album he did?
Last single, you mean?
Exhibit C.
Exactly. Last single. He ain't got no album.
So how
for his album though?
I mean, his fans been starving for this shit. His fans been starving.
how mainstream did it become? You understand what I'm saying?
Did it become mainstream, or was this Jay-Z's attempt at going underground, or jumping back in with the lyricist? Because anything Jay do was considered mainstream.
Jay don't really need to do anything.
That's because of who, like, the lane Jay took. He conquered it.
For someone like myself, honestly, I was disappointed, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You an anti-Jay nigga.
I'm not anti-Jay. I like Jay tracks. Do I feel Jay overall? No. But that's not why. I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Okay.
But from the standpoint, like, all right, boom, think about it. Jay Elect has probably been the most hyped artist in well over a decade who we haven't got anything from.
Who actually has bars.
Exactly.
extent?
He has had the most potential and just hasn't gave us shit to go along with it. So for us to finally get a project from you after 11 years, and then it's a joint project, that's where I take like an issue with it. It's kind of like, bro, just give us a solo joint, and then you should have had that in the chamber to put out after the fact. So like, to me, it almost feels like you used Jay just to catapult this album, or Jay came to you and was just like, yo, bro, you taking way too long, so we gonna bang this out together and put this out there. Then, it also crosses my mind, like I said, was this Jay's attempt to dive him back into the underground? Because given, we're going to be talking about Jay-Z a lot today, you know what I mean? Considering, his spottings recently. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Like, I would have loved it for it to have been just a Jay Elect project, and then had Jay featured on like 2-3 tracks, and let us get Jay Electronica and get a feel for Jay and understand Jay Elect for what he is, instead of getting a joint project.
Let me tell you what I think happened. What I think happened is they did 2 or 3 joints and said, God damn, these shits is fire, and did more.
But in that situation, put the solo at. Yes, I am, because I don't feel the project like most. Like, for me, this is the type of project I got to be in the mood to listen to.
What type of mood?
Like, this is gonna be like, I just have to be in the mood for it. That's just like, certain rappers, you gotta be in the mood.
That goes to say with any type of music, you don't.
Nah, this because
you have to be in a mood to listen to like.
But you don't, because there's go-tos that you could just throw on without having to be in the mood
for
to.
that.
Nah, nigga, you just let your playlist rock. And other times you're like, you know what? Let me put this on. I'm in that type of mood. Or you know what? I'm about to, be above the clouds.
Just put on music because.
Bro, so you don't got it. So you mean to tell me within your whatever streaming platform you use, you don't just have a playlist that you just let rock?
I don't even have playlists.
Okay, I have a playlist. I just rock.
How Tidal has a mix for you.
I wouldn't know. I don't use Tidal.
Oh, well, I do. And it'll have a mix for you. I just press one of the mixes.
Right. So in a sense, that's a playlist for you, though.
But then some of the shit that's playing on that, I be like, damn, I want to hear this because this shit just made me feel that way. You understand? The shit,
But you gotta-
music always, nigga, it's the language of emotion.
It
music
is.
is the language of emotion.
But this is not
So you have
something.
emotion
So
is
this is
what?
not something I'm gonna just say. You know what?
But you see,
I'm in the good. I'm gonna go to the gym and throw this on today. That's
Nah,
not
see,
that
you missing
project.
It's not
throwing
gym
it
music.
away.
It's definitely not gym music. This is more like a, pretty much if you in your house, relaxing, trying to catch a vibe. Yeah. You get yourself something nice to drink, something to sip on, relax, take it all in.
Nigga said it's just not music you just throw on.
It's not though.
But I was saying there's no music you just throw on.
There is music.
Right.
So and it comes like we all Griselda fans. So we all just throw on Griselda. Doesn't matter your mood to listen to that.
All right, well, listen. All right. Listen, we can go on and on about this, but let me just say this. Let me ask you guys this: his production, he did like 80% of the production on this album.
I wouldn't mad at it.
Swiss, Yeah, the other artists, No IDs on here, Swiss and Alchemist did a track.
Well,
But there was-
Alchemist got what, track 8 or 9, right?
Nah, Alchemist is early in the game. He got like the third or the fourth track. No,
actually mentions him in the record.
Swiss got the third track. Alk might have the fourth. I gotta just double check that. But anyways,
Yo, is that the first Alchemist track that Hov was on?
oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
We're gonna have to do our Googles on
Yeah,
that one.
that's-
So you
That's the
Googles.
Aflac question.
That's a good question. But Wax, I feel like we dove into that. It might be time to move, because I can go, because I can go on and on about this. I can go on and on about this album. Trust me when I tell you, I can go on and on.
It does that to you.
All right, so if we're gonna move on, Hip Hop by the Numbers. Shout out to Hip Hop by the Numbers on Twitter. Like I said, they're basically analytics for hip hop. Great account to follow. So Hip Hop by the Numbers. It is. It definitely is. But I mean, we're broke. We're broke.
Come on, Joe.
Listen, my grammar is terrible. So Hip Hop by the Numbers, they had tweeted
Put a comma.
nothing. They had tweeted Flatbush Zombies, A Laced Odyssey. That's their first album, 3001 A Laced Odyssey. Sorry, it turned 4. That was actually one of 3 indie hip hop albums to appear on the top 10 that year in 2016. Now, on top of that, I know they did something like 30,000 in their first week. And I mean, it's all about the hip hop. So
He's a zombie fan.
yeah, like I just love the culture, but I rock with the zombies. So I feel like that's a dope stat, knowing that.
It is a dope stat.
And like I said, they did 30,000 in their first week, so that's pretty dope for them, considering they're nowhere near like a mainstream type of group. Anybody want to touch on that?
Gee, I'm not educated enough on Flatbush Zombies to speak on it.
Understandable.
I mean, when it comes to the zombies, the zombies are good, but the reason why I never dove into the zombies heavy is because I was so heavy into Pro Era and Joey Badass. You know what I'm saying? So Joey had me like mentally effed up at the time when they all pretty much, because they're a clique, when they all came out and were doing their thing. I never really actually took the time to, enjoy their music because Joey had shit on Smash. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He did.
All right, so.
Bang.
Yeah, Joey did have shit on Smash. Yes. Flatbush Zombies though, yeah, that laced Odyssey, yeah, I like that. I remember that. But I also remember what happened when we went to go see a show, and
We still mad about that, player. We still so.
I mean, I ain't mad no more, but that was just a memory it just brought back.
Word.
And
You want me to tell a story?
you tell it.
All right, so we was young in the game when Wax Groove just came out. We just copped cameras, going to all the shows. We're gonna record everything.
Yeah.
So we get there, we
Get the fans that type of.
yeah. So we record Remy Banks set. We record a piece of ASAP 12E set. And I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I'm just gonna say I'm not an ASAP 12E fan because of this. So his management of
Set
people,
wasn't bad?
it wasn't bad, but his management came over. It's like, you got a photo, press pass. Like, nah, you can't record that then. So like, what? Then, I had also reached out to like Zombies management. They basically didn't get back to me until like a week after the show. So, mind you, we ended up leaving the show early. It was sold out because we was tight because we couldn't get the content that we wanted. And, we was approached on some BS. Like, yo, we trying to get the people what they want so that way they catch a glimpse of that and it's like, damn, next time these motherfuckers come around, I need to be at that type of show. But artists don't always see it that way. You know what I mean? Cool.
I think
I
artists
get
see it. I think it's they insecure management people who be having issues with other people might doing some business with them. Yeah.
Right. Understandable.
Nowadays, man, the shit is outrageous.
So, but here's the
Dog,
thing. But
everybody's got a camera now. You
But-
can't stop it.
no, but not only on top of that, right? So,
all that.
so
yeah.
boom. Here's the thing. I could have easily packed my camera up, and if I had my iPad with me, I'd have whipped it out and start recording. You're not gonna say no to that, though, right? What is the difference? You feel me?
Niggas
Because
got a big ass light coming from the motherfuckers.
Yeah, we did. But seriously though, what is the difference? Cause like
from the crowd.
real talk, I could record something on my iPad or my phone. I've recorded some of the concerts on my channel are from my phone. I still put those in Adobe, chop it up, and keep it pushing. So yeah, I don't want to dwell on that too long. So since me and this gentleman are the only one who really rock with the Flatbush Zombies heavy like that, quick question for you: 3001: A Laced Odyssey or A Vacation in Hell?
Oh, Laced Odyssey. I didn't even listen to the whole Vacation in Hell.
Really? Interesting. All right.
See, I'm gonna listen to it. Just
No. It's just interesting. Nah. For me, it's A Vacation to Hell because I love.
He sounded so disappointed.
No. Because Laced Odyssey, when that dropped, I'm like, yo, this is amazing. This is the greatest thing ever.
It was crazy.
But Vacation in Hell, I just feel like their progression was great because you got vibe, you got vibe tracks on there, like tracks to just vibe out to. You got bars and you got some conscious rap. Like you got a complete circle of everything, and you got just more of them on that album. So that's why I was just like, oh, okay. And then they brought other people into their world that I thought wouldn't have fit. Like when I saw Jada on the track list, Bun B, I'm like, how the hell is these dudes gonna fit in their world? And they made it work. So that's why I thought it was dope. So Jay-Z spottings, we'll jump into that. So Jay-Z spotted with two different people, Rock Marcy and Conway. Now I think they both might have been at that LA show. Joe cleared this up for me, or was it you, Bub, cleared it up? It was the LA show that they was at. I thought it was in the studio, but I know Wes had did a show in LA, or Griselda did a show. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Wes also had like something else that he had put on, whether it had been like a comedy show or just like a separate artsy type of venture. But long story short, Jay was there. Rock Marcy had posted a photo with him and Jay. Then there was some other content posted with just Jay and Conway talking, So I just thought it was kind of interesting just to see Jay spotted being out there, because you never see photos of him like that. Yeah. And you know what I mean? So who wants to touch on that first?
I don't even want to touch on it first. I'm going to let Bub touch on it first. Yeah, here you go, Bub.
Why, thank you. All right. What I would say on behalf of Jay being spotted out is, I mean, obviously, it's one of his, latest groups that, he just recently signed to Rock Nation, and he rocked with them heavy. So I'm sure he wanted to come out, and show some support. He got a crib out in LA. Come through, show some support, let his boys know, like, listen, I see the movement y'all got going on. I'm in tune, like, keep it up. But to think that, he would actually do music with them right now, or Rock Marcy right now, I don't think so. Nah.
He ain't getting on a record with no way.
Nah, I don't. I'm. Not right now.
Not on Rock Marcy production.
Not right now.
No.
Not right now.
No.
Go ahead, Joe. Do your thing.
Nah, I was gonna say.
I think me and Joe on the same wave.
I feel like his production would really compliment him, though.
I really don't think
Hov. Hov is not putting together a project right now, and it's not warranted. And
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Let me see. But I'm telling y'all right now, you know why I think this might be them, cooking up something in the lab? Because of how the relevant mention on the last Rock Mars album, you know what I'm saying? He said, what he said about Hov, he said, yeah, that was factual too. When he was on the, who was he getting interviewed by? Home with the slick back. Yeah, I think it was Rap Radar. That right there, I think tells me, Hov probably was like, I remember that, and it just sparked the chemistry in there.
when he was talking about he was there when
He said Hov gave me a dap right after that, and I hopped in the cab with an African. Yo, true story. And then he really, solidified that and confirmed it. That wasn't no cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said that shit. That was how it really went
Yeah,
down.
that was on Rap Radar.
Yeah.
But Joe, let me get your take
that,
on this.
That
I
that
wanna
right
hear what you gotta
there
say about this.
lets me feel like they're going down that road. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, I don't think the flicks mean too much. Like you were saying, like these are his artists now in a way. The management, he wants to be seen with them to an extent, but not OD to make it seem like it's on purpose. Yeah, but
Go ahead, my bad.
you asking about these flicks? I was more hype about seeing West Side Gun and Conway flicking it up with Havoc and Kanye out in Wyoming.
That makes way more sense. Me and Joe, touch me. We here. That makes.
over some Havoc production.
Conway on Havoc? My God.
I just want to let y'all know I'm not on social media. I don't have none of these, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's my fault, but I'm not on social media. I'm not complaining, but this does sound entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So they was with Havoc and Kanye. That does sound nice because both of them, you know how to drop some drums on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they both Geminis. Yo, let me stop. Yo, shouts out to Havoc, shout out to Kanye. You know, especially Have you a May baby, and you a Gemini. You already know how we play. You're here.
Go ahead, Joe. How you feel about that?
So yeah, just seeing them is just like imagining what they might have been cooking up that we ain't even here yet, that they already might have laid down. Exactly. Like especially West Side is he's the more flamboyant, but the lyrical one out of those two is Conway. Right. And hearing Conway over something Havoc laced or something Kanye laced just be fucking bonkers. Mm-hmm. So I hope it wasn't just pictures for show, but they did look like they was in the middle of nowhere. So I'm hoping they were just out there actually laying something down.
Exactly.
And then, that kind of fits into how Kanye, what's the word I want to use? Navigates. Because, like when he go to recording something, he like to be isolated.
Yep.
I remember, I think it was from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He flew everybody out to Hawaii.
Exactly.
And then they were still in a secluded spot in Hawaii. So, you know what I mean? For them to be in a secluded area, it makes sense. But West over some Ye, and then
and
Conway on some Have?
The whole
Wow.
time.
That's crazy.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, but you really don't. So, yeah. So even though Jay's not recording music right now, though, right? Y'all don't feel like Rock's production would suit him overall?
No. Here's why. Here's why I say no. Because I feel like if you take a track, right? If Rock hits Hove with a track, right, and it's just that one track on a Jay-Z album, I feel like it would be out of place. Like if he did like 3-4 tracks, that's something different. But Hove ain't allowing Rock to do 3-4 tracks for him. No. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hove a businessman, you might get it for the low.
Yo, it's not happening. I just feel like it would be out of place on a Jay-Z album, considering the type of producers that he used to. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I don't hear it. No.
I don't see it.
Let me see that.
You don't see it, Joe?
I don't see it.
I feel a different way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. First of all, I don't think there's no beat Hove afraid of. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. And the fact that my guy Mars loves to sample, and he got that soulful sample type shit fitting well with Hove. It's gonna go right into a group. It's gonna bring out a new Hove that we ain't even never really seen, boy. Like, yo, it's gonna bring him back to his young days.
I feel like that could bring Jay to a place.
Bring him back to
He's been everywhere. Right, but I'm just talking about
a place. Like, honestly,
for him to rap over, I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry, I'm gonna make it quick. For you to rap over a Marcy beat, you can't be your standard self. That's not a Timbaland beat. That's not a Just Blaze beat. So you gotta take yourself somewhere else to get there. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, man.
Merry Christmas, but I feel he's gonna switch it up. How much more seconds is on this nigga? Let me tell you niggas something, man. Don't cut it off. Let me tell y'all. That soul that Rock got, that nigga be having soulful samples, I swear to God. Them shits is going, yo, watch it, because I knew way back in the days, I knew this nigga Hove was gonna grow dreads. I swear to God. Yo, that's how I know. Rock and Hove about to make a, yo. And he's gonna have Rock under his management too. Yo, sorry, I spilled y'all beans. My bad.
So you know what we didn't get into?
What niggas been listening to?
Exactly.
So let me tell you, like I said, I've been listening to Smoking Partners. New joint that dropped by Currency, Fendi P. Y'all niggas know how it is. Currency, y'all know how he play.
This is the part I love. Everybody start going in their phone.
Yo, Fendi P. Fendi P though, niggas don't sleep on my boy Corner Boy P though. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't know who really produced this shit, but the production is on point, fitting both of them. You know, Riders, Smoke a Joint. Yo, what else was I listening to? You know what? Y'all niggas was talking about hiatuses and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi Vert dropped. You know what I'm saying? And
Gave it a spin?
I gave it a spin due to the fact of like niggas was like hiatus. This shit was supposed to drop a little while ago, so he dropped it. Shit had 14 tracks. Then there's a deluxe joint, 32 tracks.
Whoa, 30?
32 tracks. I respect it because yes, boy.
Remember,
Yes.
Juice been there, like, yo, asking him forever and a day when he was.
And that's the reason why I wanted to bring this up. Because I just wanted y'all opinion on it, you know what I'm saying? 32 fucking tracks, it was worth the wait if you ask me. I don't even go Lil Uzi route. I like his music, you know what I'm saying? I respect his music, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know how we play, but I don't think nobody in here is on that. But
That's like
32 joints.
Like when Lil Wayne years ago was on his tear, I wasn't a fan of him, but I was a fan of how hard he worked. He was in the studio every fucking day of his life, putting out mixtape after mixtape out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I wasn't a big fan, but that might have been my East Coast bias, you know what I'm saying? But I respected the grind.
I'm happy you brought up Wayne. We gonna get back to you. I'm sorry for taking the mic from you because you still going on as usual. But anyway, yo, not because Joe brought up Lil Wayne, and I don't know who the editor was, but I just saw recently, could have been a tweet. Somebody said that Lil Wayne made 53 songs in one night, and I automatically, instantly said, false. No human being can make 53 songs in one night.
One can. Now the question
In
is
one
the quality.
night,
The quality
yeah,
of it is a different
yeah,
story.
53. Come on now,
That's a one take garbage.
50. Listen, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how much promethazine you drink, how many pounds of weed you got, how many liters of alcohol you got. 53 songs. Come on, man. Back to you, Mr. Esteban.
I thought Joe was
Did you finish?
Nah, actually, I didn't finish. I just, excited niggas with the Uzi. You know, do. Yeah. But, I fucked with Lil Wayne, though. I just like to say that. But, I'm also, my guy. Hey. My boy Larry June came through, blessed us with Adjust to the Game. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it the same way it came. My guy, oh my God. Self-explanatory, bro.
You know what's funny? So Joe had hit me and was like, yo, I'm about to give home a listen because I be playing his videos at work.
So you listen to the Larry?
He listened to that.
That's who I'm talking about right now. Oh, all right. Hey. Good job, Joe. Hold on, let me hear what you got to say, Joe. Give him the facts, numbers.
So I definitely downloaded the joint. I'm actually looking at it right now. They Just to the Game one, and my I don't even know if it's a critique. 'Cause it's so laid back. The whole vibe of the 10 joints. You really got to be, like you mentioned earlier. We talk about moods, certain things you listen to. You can't listen to Larry June if you hype or you're trying to get ready to go out for the night.
You can listen to him if you hyped a little.
But you could throw him on if you got a 2-hour drive to anywhere in the world and just vibe out.
Factual.
So I got nothing bad to say. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe album.
So let me ask you this.
Hold on. All I would have to say to that is look at me. Look at me in the moments we just met. And he's, I don't know how long this set was. Just met this guy. He was sitting at our fucking thing. He just interrupted Jiminy Crickets. You know what I'm saying? But look at me, and then you'd be like, damn, you'd see why That's some go-to shit for me. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit that, he said, yo, you just throw it on. That's me. Because I'm just saying, yo, that's my vibe. I'm 9 times out of 10 a nigga feeling good. Don't get it misunderstood. But I'm still straight from the hood. Ah! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, Larry, you want to feature? Let me know, man. You already know how I play. But let me tell y'all what else I was listening to. I also went way back to my guy, Danny Brown. Yes, he dropped this in 2019, but you know what I'm saying? I slept on it. Ooh, that shit fire. You know what I'm saying? I like the features on there, too. He got Run the Jewels on there, and he got JPEG Mafia he not introduced me to, but like I've been dabbling in them for the fact of, when it shuffle or, it go to track radio, I run past one of his joints. But I liked him on this Danny joint he was on, you know what I'm saying? And the dude Blood Orange or whatever. But Danny brought, his usual self with a little spin to it. I think he's, trying new things as far as, how his life is. And, what have you gentlemen been listening to, We'll go down the line. We'll go to the next lightest person after me.
I'm gonna let Joe rock. Let Joe rock. He the guest, so I'm gonna give him that courtesy.
So I know without even looking, most of my recent joints is definitely Griselda related. So I mean, J Electronica, Ransom's new joint that Uzel put me on to earlier. I've been a Ransom fan for years.
Whoa, y'all didn't hear that.
I didn't even know that was out.
Wax.
Oh, my bad, Wax. Benny the Butcher's single that dropped on Friday. Yeah, that's true too. You could just edit that out.
I'm broke, so I gotta be at work, so it'd be hard to do that type of stuff. Brokest Podcast You Know.
Benny's new joint was tough. I listened to that a bunch of times. Did I? Yeah, did I? Yep.
I didn't listen to it yet.
I mean, even my recent play, there's Tana Talk 3. I gave G Herbo a spin finally.
Me too.
I wasn't
off the strip that he.
That PTSD?
Yeah, the PTSD, and I don't G Herbo, nothing against you, my man. I don't know you. But the only reason why I went and listened to your album because I wanted to hear how you freaked that whole beat, one of my favorite beats of all time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then you had that beat. You ended it with that Beanie Siegel. I can feel it in the air beat. And he did a good job on that one.
He did.
And he freaked Jada's joint. He freaked
Jada gave him a hug for that.
he freaks
Yep.
the boom boom.
Yep.
Boom.
You can feel it.
Boom. So G Herbo.
G Herbo definitely for the same reason. Intro definitely. Even I was listening to it just because I followed Jay Mills on Twitter, and I just happened to see he tweeted out a link, so I was listening to a couple new joints he had that I didn't even know existed yet. And he still could spit, man. I mean, he really lost the kind of the fanfare. Yeah, he still got some talent.
I follow Mills, but I just feel like Mills can't make a hit. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But lyrically, he there, but.
Yeah, then Jadakiss new album over the past week or so.
We gotta talk about that as a
Old Conway, old Locks. I mean, I listen to a lot of the same type of stuff, man. Old
keeping
Nas.
it real fundamental then.
For the most part, Griselda's still on here. Hitler Wears Hermes 7. Nas, the Lost Tapes, everything. So.
Yeah. Joe knows music, baby. We can rock with you.
Go ahead, Mr. Light Skin. Let them know keep it listening.
Y'all sure y'all want to pass me the mic?
Go ahead.
Y'all know sometimes I go left field, unorthodox on that ass. All right, so we crack into this thing real quick. I always throw out my disclaimer in no particular order. All right, now this guy right here totally caught me off guard. The only reason I got put on to him is because I follow his boss. His name is Prayer. He's under that conglomerate umbrella. He doesn't even have a large body of work, but the the pieces he has are fire. So if you guys haven't heard a prayer, you know, go on, follow Buster. You know, like I said, he's under that conglomerate umbrella, and listen to this guy. You know, I did a little research on him. You know, he said that, you know, he was getting a little slack in the beginning because, you know, everybody was saying that, you know, he sounded like Big. So he said, to tell you the truth, that deterred him from rapping for a little while. He started, and then when people started saying that he started saying that he sounded like Big, he took like a long hiatus.
You don't sound like Big to me, though.
So now you know what it is. He's big, and you know what you really know what it is with these fat dudes. They all sound, they got that like that that constipated flow. That
They all sound like they got narcolepsy.
yes, and not to be funny, and to tell you the truth, these heavy, overweight, about to die individuals, rappers, Nah, listen, nah, peep game, peep game though, it kind of like adds that extra like pizzazz to like, you know, their lyrics, their content. Him, Big, a pun, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. Yo, so prayer, I'm looking forward to listening to a whole body of work from you. Let's see what else we got here. Yo, this guy.
Hold on, random thought, though.
This guy.
Outside of Big Pun, is there any other fat rappers that like spit fast the way Pun did?
Nah, Twista ain't fat.
Twisted chubby.
Yeah. Nah, ain't nobody have that like Pun.
Nobody had that, right?
Nah.
Heavy D kind of spit a little. He had the H-U-D.
Yeah, you know what? I get Mr. Esteban, I give you that. All right, so moving right along, like Joe said earlier, I ain't even gonna front. I listened to that G Herbo. I probably will never listen to it again. I'm just being honest with you. Rock Marcy, Smoke DZA, Planet Asia,
Smoke Diz's new joint is tough.
Currency.
Some new closed mouth don't get fat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That shit didn't even pop up on
I
the
did-
title.
I ain't
Title,
even
man,
listen.
what the fuck, man? I listened to that recently.
Hold on, I didn't touch on that last time. I felt like I did.
Maybe you did. I don't remember.
Yeah. Joint fire. I thought I did.
Because I know I listened to that shit.
Yeah, I got that shit. Yeah, that 96 Nick joint was on. repeat.
What?
I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah,
and
you
listen.
did talk about it. We talked about the first track. with-
Yeah.
That's right.
And you
Nah,
I listened to
title out, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, nigga, I be listening to that. That was last week. It makes sense. A lot happened this week.
I listened to that new Jewel's, I don't really want to call it an album, but I listened to it. It was I feel like they just took a bunch of old stuff and just threw it together. I mean, I ain't knocking them, you know, the family need money. I mean, hey. I ain't mean it like that. It ain't on no like I'm trying to play them out type ish, but you know what I'm saying? If you wanna, he about to come out soon, they said. If you wanna, if you wanna try to get the man's, you know, career replenished, like, you know, throw something out. Hey yo, Bay, go grab them 10 tracks that I got laying around in the safe. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get a buzz going. Do something with it. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I just don't really, you know, appreciate how like it was a Cam diss, man. You know what I'm saying?
Keith Cam diss?
That's all I didn't even listen to the album, the Cam diss. I'm sorry.
Try to say it's not a diss to Kim. Come on, man.
Like, nah, we ain't dumb, man. We ain't dumb. I ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel it was relevant. That's all I'm gonna say.
At this day and age,
Nah, at this day and age, no.
would it have been relevant? Excuse me, let me grab the mic. Would it have been relevant? 8 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I want. That's all I want.
I'm a big Dipset fan in general. I didn't hear the diss record though, so I can't speak on it.
I heard.
Hold on, don't call it a diss record. Let's not start that rumor. Let's just say he got some shit off his chest.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna call it a what's the word? A rant record.
Cleared the air or whatever.
We'll call it a rant record.
It's a rant.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
A venting record. There you go. We'll say it. All right. So what's your take on Jewels overall, though?
Just in general,
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't think anytime recently nobody's really checking for Jewels anyway, even before this had happened. I hope he's not really dissing Cam like again, because I haven't heard it. But I mean, regardless how you feel towards that man, that's still the same man who brought you into this game and helped put you on, got that whole movement going.
But it's the things he's saying too in there. Like,
So again, I haven't heard it yet. I wish I would have heard it before I came on here, but so I can't really speak on that. But I would hope there's not really infighting, because Dipset is like, I'd be upset like if the Locks were having infighting, stuff like that. I feel like, damn, I seen them come up. I don't want them to be having issues towards each other.
I mean, he's pretty much questioning his ball stature. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just let them know, how he feels, like on some shit. Like, listen, man, you ain't do this shit by yourself. Like, I was right there.
that's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, 8 years ago would have been relevant. But saying this shit now, and then the fact that, like, you shouldn't be blaming anything on the next man, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why this is just, it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I hope this came from the vault. You know what I mean? Like, because some of the shit I understand, but some, you know, I guess so, yeah. He was on there talking about wish he never met Cam. Dog, then none of this would have never happened, pretty much. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Things like that you saying on there, I don't know. But, yeah. I mean, that was a big pet peeve of mine. Like, no, I got bars.
You said a podcast soundtrack?
Yes. Bob got bars. I got bars. I
I'm just the
got
hype.
beats.
I'm just the hype man.
You know what I'm saying? What y'all trying to do, yo?
I'm just a hype man.
Yo, we got the album coming.
Yo, real quick though, just while it's on my mind, thoughts on that Jadakiss album overall?
Jadakiss, album's fire. You took this album places I never really seen you go before. The first time I listened to it, and I started listening to some of the hooks, I'm like, listen, the singing is kind of all right. This kind of sound like Jada. And then you confirmed that it was, so I respect you, for, trying that element, of your craft. Did I?
He's been on a heavy promo.
I'm not sure if I caught the Breakfast Club interview, but just speaking about that album, that to me the album is phenomenal. Production was great. What else? What more can I say about that album? I listened to that album, I think, a smooth 10 times the first day it dropped. As a matter of fact, now that it's on my mind, I'm gonna listen to it on the drive home, because it's really a good album, and I'm happy that he dropped it the Friday that he did drop it, because a week earlier I feel like it wouldn't have been.
And that was when it was supposed to come out.
Exactly, because that's when
That's why he pushed it back.
But he pushed it back. He said because of the smoke incident, but other people dropped that Friday as well. Dizzy dropped that Friday, and a few other people dropped that Friday. But when Jada dropped his, the lane was pretty much wide open. And let me see what else. What more can I say? I can't say anything negative about that album. That album, and that's the type of album
It's a good piece of work.
you can ride out to. If you're chilling in the crib, doing nothing, vibe out to. That's it, man. That's all I got to say. What you think about it, Joe?
I agree 100%. I'm a huge Kiss fan. He's in my top 3 for most of my adult life as a fan of hip hop. And usually I'm always afraid when he dropping. Okay. Usually when he drop an album, I'm nervous because he has a tendency to not have great production on albums, some sketchy beat selection, other than Kiss of Death in '04. But I was definitely hyped with the production on this. There's nothing really I can say bad about it. Like he was saying, is it fits all type of moods, all type of vibes. The lyrical content on there is heavy, and I felt like he got more personal with this one too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got nothing bad to say whatsoever.
Homie got 5 kids.
Yeah, he got them babies and two like young ones too.
He got young twins.
For me, this was Jada's grown man album. If I had to equate it, and when I say grown man album, this makes me think of Ghostface in Wizard of Poetry. You know what I mean? Not as smooth in that R&B setting, but this was like very personal and very No, and it was just very personal of him and very family. It had a very dad feel to it. You know what I mean? And obviously, yeah, it's grown man kiss, and I think we could all appreciate that. All of us being family man, and like, you know, he talked about his children quite a bit on here. We don't get that from him. That's why I say it was his grown man album.
So y'all know what the title mean, the album title mean?
Yeah, so his man's the A&R that had passed away.
Okay, so you did listen to the Breakfast Club joint.
Potentially. I don't know where I heard the story, but
He did a few. He did a Shade 4-5.
I know he meant. I only watched the Breakfast Club joint. That's how I know it. Like,
You know what?
that's where I heard it, the Leakers joint.
Did you hear the Lakers freestyle?
I didn't watch it. I listened to it live. That's how.
You know what it was? I think it was just a beat for the Leakers.
West Coast mixtape.
yeah, I think that's why it was so personal though. But honestly, and no offense to Kiss or nothing, because I fuck with Kiss. You know what I'm saying? I did not listen to the album yet, but I probably will be listening on the way home. You know what I'm saying? But from what I'm getting, all the, you know, critiques and all that, all the comments I see, you know, and certain things when I watched the little interview he had and everything, and how he talked about it, I could tell he was very passionate about it, and it did have a personal, you know, touch to it due to the fact that it was his man's and everything, and you know what I'm saying?
Yo, y'all know
Just
you
from
say
that.
a lot due to the fact.
I do?
You do. Every episode, bro.
Due to the facts. I
I
don't know.
think that's what
this.
we're going to name this one. Due to the facts.
My wife told me that I was saying something too much. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, you want? Here you go.
She was like, "Yo, shout out to my baby girl. Yo, I like the way the interviews go, but you saying something too much. Stop saying that." And I don't even know what it was. I can't remember it now.
Well, I guess,
But-
you know, due to the facts,
Yo. But anyway, hey, yo, Jada got 13 tracks on there. And you know what? I forgot to say this earlier. I'm happy he brought my girl back out.
Who's that?
Dej Low. Dej, I love you, girl.
Oh, okay.
I love you. I love you, Dej.
That was actually one of my favorite records on the project.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite. So,
It fit. I mentioned this a couple episodes back, but why does it seem like
We've been passing this around, and you know, it's things going on nowadays.
that's why you gotta wash them hands extra graciously? When we done,
I
we
already scratched my face.
we all gonna go upstairs.
It just all consciously came to me.
I mean, if you want, I can slap you with some rubbing alcohol to be on the
Get
safe
slapped
side.
back, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
This
just to
shit
be on the
happened in
safe
my
side. He might grow you one in, bruh. But you
Like,
know,
where the Medusa went.
nah, I felt like
I just
Like-
wash my hands upstairs.
word. But no. Like, I remember when I said before, it seemed like, yo, all these rappers, one, over 35, two, it seems like when these people are in a happy place, the music be 10 times better. And I definitely feel like listening to this, he seemed like he's in a happy space. Obviously, with the nothing was forced, and obviously outside of the exception of his man's passing away, Ignitus. But I don't know, it just seemed like he was, you know, just living life. Ignatius, I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name. Speaking of the butcher,
Can we get to this disrespectful ass topic?
yo, all right, cool.
One of the worst rap fittest
All right, so Rap Fantasy League draft, man. We
have two, man.
listen. Since we always mention Griselda and Benny the Butcher, I just felt like, why not? You know, Benny. So Benny's that new dude when it comes to the coke rap, right? So Benny's your star player, right? You got to build a team around him. Pick 2 other artists and name your group.
Can I answer this first?
Go ahead.
2 artists to put around him: Westside Gun and Conway. And that's yeah, and I'll probably name it something original like Griselda or something like that. Like,
Wow.
like we mentioned before, if Jadakiss was right here, we said, Kiss, what 2 artists would you put around you to feel like to bring the best? You think he's gonna say Nas and Hove? He's gonna say SP and Chic.
Exactly.
And it wouldn't be no other way.
Hold on. You know what's funny you say that, though? But when it comes to the locks, I feel like they do their best work when they fuck with the woo.
But that doesn't even happen that often.
But it happens often
Hold
enough.
on, this nigga just brought up Ghostface again.
I didn't mention
That was indirect Ghostface mentioned, man.
Says a nigga who lists a whole
Listen,
clan.
due to the facts, you just mentioned Ghost.
You know what, Joe? Since you smashed that. You know what? I'm not even going to touch on this topic because you said everything. Because you know what? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because Joe was 1,000,000% correct. You know why? Speaking of Jada's interview on the Breakfast Club, right? Charlamagne was fucking with him again. Charlamagne goes, listen, man. He goes, listen, man. Rate Mace. I think he said rate Mace in Bad Boy top 10 or whatever.
Kiss was giving Mace props.
So peep game. He goes. Listen. Charlamagne goes. Listen. As a matter of fact, name Bad Boy's top 5 from your era. So right, he goes. Big. I'm using his voice too. Big. You know, the locks. It makes that's the top 3. Yeah, he said that's 4. And you know, murder. And he said, what I respect about him is he said the locks. He ain't say me. He said the locks. Going back to what Joe just said. Motherfucker, when I'm standing next to my brothers. There ain't no other.
And all 3 of them
In
talk like
that.
too.
In that.
That's facts. You gotta defend this.
All right, so yeah, no, all right, I am. Because, there's so many dudes who can flip the drug raps and drug references in an ill way. And obviously Benny being one of them. So if I got to put a group together right now, I'm going to go with Benny Push. And then I'm kind of back and forth between Gangsta Gibbs and Boldy. But I'm going to name the group Hard White.
All right, that's good. But new rap fantasy. The new rap fantasy is if you could choose somebody who you thought would be bigger than what they would be. Let me hear what y'all got to say on that one.
I already answered that. I mean, I ain't answered on camera, but I'm going with Votto. I'm going with Votto.
Mainstream, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going with Votto because
I'm a big Votto fan.
I think Votto's dope, but I feel like I don't know. He comes off as lazy. I feel like he should have been bigger than what he is.
About him though would have changed that.
What do I think about
Like, you
Votto?
think he didn't blow because of himself or because of opportunity?
I think
Yeah, let me.
so. Obviously, he had his issues with Cam. Whatever. Do I think him being at We the Best was the best move for him after he left Dipset? No. You know what I mean? I think he should have either went just on the straight indie grind or should have got with a quote-unquote grungy label who would have pushed his sound. You know what I mean?
Is it controversial if I say Votto is the best Harlem rapper out of anybody Dipset related? Anybody Dipset related.
Listen, Joe.
When it comes to
I can't wait to get that
from a
mic.
technical lyrical standpoint, I agree with you.
Votto is a spitter, certified spitter. Anybody Dipset related.
I agree with
See
you.
that real quick.
He ain't better than Cam. That's all I'm saying.
So I'll pass you the mic right now.
Thank you, Joe. This is what I was waiting for. Earlier when we brought up Jewels, right? I didn't get this in. I thought, and I still think this to this day, Vado is better than Jewels. When Vado, I'ma say it again, Vado is way better than Jewels. When Vado had his run with Cam in the UN, oh my goodness gracious. I thought the UN was the next coming. And I can only blame one person for the dismantle of the UN, and I'm going to blame him himself. Vado, you effed that up. You effed up your career when you left Cam. You should have never went to We the Best. Never. It was an asshole move. You should have never did that. UN was on fire. You and Cam had it on smash. And Cam didn't want to, and Cam gave you everything you needed and some. He didn't want to overshadow you. He gave you the lane, and you didn't run with the torch. You dropped the baton on that. You dropped the baton on that. And anybody who's no, because I'm so passionate. Because I'm so passionate about it, because Vado was on my mind today too as well. Because he's hella nice. And you know what? You are your own worst enemy. Yes, you got it, Vado, and I'm never gonna give up on you, but you gotta get it together. You messed up your career to a certain extent. Boy, you had that UN on smash, you and Cam. Oh my goodness. Huh?
All factual. That's it. Who is your artist, Joe?
So I'm still on Vado, cause so when he signed with Khaled, I thought it was like half good. I'm like, damn, he's with somebody who really will. So the initial thought was like, it doesn't really make sense, but I'm like, fuck it. Everything Khaled touched right now is golden, and Vado was bronze with him. So, and I don't know whose fault that is. It just wasn't even a good fit. I don't know about you. I don't know how the fallout happened. I don't know if Cam was doing business that Vado wasn't a fan of.
It was Vado's fault. It was Vado's fault because they were so hot. I think Mr. Merry Christmas. What did they do? How many? Yeah, exactly. Yes. They had so many mixtapes together. So it got to a point where Cam was like. Hold on. Hold on.
That was good.
Yeah, because I'm very, very passionate about this topic right now. Because I remember that shit vividly. Cam thought this man was going to take his wings and fly because he gave him the lane. He was hot. Yes. They was dropping underground music and the radio was playing it. The radio was playing their underground music. Vado was on fire. Jewels, I'm sorry you locked up incarcerated right now, but you can't smoke Vado. You can't touch Vado. No.
This is how I know this nigga was hot. I was down south, and that nigga had a buzz down there because he had that track with Young LA. What, nigga? That's how nigga down there. They used to be like, yo, play that shit again. What? Yo, what? Oh. Yeah. Can we move on? That was good. You did good, Big Beard.
Wow. He said, oh, color time. All right, so yeah, who's your artist?
So my artist who I expected more from is another Harlemite / Queensbridge, even though most people don't realize it, Dave East.
I knew as soon as you said Harlemite /
When he got going, I was excited for him because I felt like he was kind of doing what Griselda's doing right now, making you at least Benny and Conway, making you respect the bars, making you respect the talent. And as his stardom grew and the chicks started feeling him, which I don't want to hate on him to that extent because I might have done the same shit if I had all those hoes on me. But
you know what it is, though? He was hanging out with Fab. That's where all that.
Everything became designer this, designer that. And I do get it that in hip-hop at the moment, I mean, that's what a lot of bars is about. Fashion, style, stuff like that. But Dave went from somebody who I felt like was trying to bring it back with spitting.
Especially with tracks like Mama's Working and KD and stuff like that.
Even he was rapping over old Locks beats,
right.
Or the old SP joints. Like, he just got more and more fame, and I felt like he just went cliche with a lot of shit. And he hit a wall.
I agree.
And I felt like how Papoose was back in the day when Papoose had like the buzz and just let it buzz right by his ass. And that was it. And then it was K-Slay mixtapes for the rest of his life. I'm still waiting on Nasarima Dream, and I'm 38. He was talking about that shit when I was 22. I don't think so. I don't think he ever put out a real studio album.
Hey, yo, to be fair though, so we know Dave has potentials. Like,
Who got internet?
so right.
Google it.
We're gonna have to Google it.
Google Nasarima Dream. That's
So-
America backwards.
Now hold on. But yo, like, all right, he got a track on V Dawn's new project, Black Mass, called "Get Back."
He's on Smoke. This is new shit.
Fire.
Pat.
No, East.
Oh, Dave East.
So he bodied it. But yo, just imagine him. So lock him in with just like a A1 producer. So just imagine him and V Dawn, a whole project. Or Alchemist brings the best out of whoever.
Exclaimer, he loves V Don.
Who, me? I do. He's one of my favorite producers. Or just like him and Alchemist. Imagine him being locked in the studio with Alchemist. Like, you only can bring your A game. I think a big part of it, like his thing, is his environment.
He could have easily made that happen.
He could have, but I feel like his environment stops him from putting out better work. Like, he just,
Environment meaning what?
like the niggas he around, some of the like, he could be focused on the bitches, or you just in the studio smoking too heavy, and now you in there crooning, you know what I mean, instead of rapping, and then your man's is like, that's fire, when it's really not fire. You know what I mean?
And I think his chance to really, I think his chance to pop really came and went already. Like, I think he already peaked out.
I think his modeling / acting career would be bigger than his music career.
He's a great actor.
Yo, he is.
So
He played the shit out of that.
I mean, I still got love for you, Dave, but bro, you've been slacking. Like, we need the old East back. The old East.
I think Davies just need to spend like a month in the projects, like literally get you a nasty.
Go back to Wagner, Dave.
Yeah, just get you a nasty, grungy apartment that you gotta wake up in every day and go from there to the studio. I guarantee you the music's gonna be way different.
So what about you, Mr. Lightskin?
Wow. Since I'm the oldest one here,
You got me beat?
I got you beat. By a lot.
Oh shit.
Not
He was
really.
younger than me, so you
Not
know,
not really. I'm lying. But I'm gonna show my age here. I really thought Bahamadia was gonna pop. Bahamadia. Who? Exactly. You feel me, Joe?
Shorty had the hair up to
Yo,
here.
I thought. Joe, you heard? He said, "Who? Mr. Lightskin, who?" Bahamadia. I thought she was gonna pop. Listen to me. I think Bahamadia better than Lauryn Hill. Yes, I do.
Let me tell you something. Lauren Hill's Gemini.
You know who's a good comparison that Wax will know?
Who's that?
Rhapsody.
Yeah, she was.
Comparable to Rhapsody?
What?
I'm gonna have to check her out now.
You definitely are.
She the first Rhapsody.
So I'm gonna move right along since y'all don't have any. Since y'all don't have exact.
Or her body or anything. It was just skills.
She should have popped. She should have popped.
She would have in this era. She was before social media.
Yeah, she had this one track.
No, I can't.
She had this one track. It was kind of. She had some radio play. It was called.
Maybe even you can hit me with the melody. Something.
It was called True Honey Bun, and it was. I used to love that.
Google it. That title sounds fire.
I used to love that song.
You know, True Honey Bun.
Yeah, Beats was fire.
True Honey Bun.
She was
Bahamadia.
Then she had then she had this like. You're throwing me off. She was in this girl group too for a little while called Deadly Venom. They was all spitters. But yeah, yo, shout out to Bahamadia. If everybody else forgot about you, I didn't love. Y'all, do your research.
Go ahead, player.
I'm gonna do my research on that Bahamadia, probably from Bahamas. I see ya, Mama Mia, Onomatopoeia, boom boom. Say, yeah, an artist that I thought was gonna be way bigger than what they were, was Charles Hamilton. He was from Harlem. Yes, I thought it. Yo, I used to, what like.
I feel like him getting punched on camera fucked his career up.
That and many other things.
He got punched by his girl on to rap through it.
Nah, he was just like, yeah, that's true.
It was on like social media, Twitter, Instagram type thing.
It was on there. It was on
World
there.
Star, yeah.
But I mean, even P got punched on camera. But listen, man, like he was different when he first came. He was like one of them dudes. Like he was one of the first dudes that was
Very
like,
eclectic.
he was definitely eclectic. But he was like one of the first dudes that was like really like after Kanye that was really like making his own beats, rapping on them, and was rapping decent. But he had his own lane with it, and he had his own little philosophy that he brought into it.
Quality bars, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
like-
That's just what I just said.
You said and rapping on them, but you ain't say you gotta give them the true context. Like it was quality beats and quality bars. Because you know most rapper producers is
This nigga, you know, he's got a cup tonight, people. You know what I'm saying? We'll just say that. Because I swore I just said he had beats and he could
He
rap.
made it seem like his rapping was mediocre though. You ain't get that from it?
Thank you, Joe.
I felt like he ain't giving the credit he deserved for a second.
Nah.
But I agree with you. He should have definitely popped away.
Yeah, he had a good deal. I can't even remember who the hell he had a deal
He
with.
signed to Interscope. He was
Yeah.
signed to Interscope.
Yeah, he had a good deal, dog. Like he had it laid out.
He was on Interscope.
Was it Interscope? And he just like blew that shit. Like I fucked with his production.
But
I
keep
fucked
in
with his
mind-
raps. Like
Keep in mind, remember, he is bipolar.
all that shit came out after. Like so, you don't know if that was like.
But if he
I think a lot of shit happens like, yo, you get that fame and that pressure is on you. You know what I'm saying? That
Right,
shit
but
could have
see-
developed like
you
or
seen
whatever.
how he was after the fact. When he resurfaced, he wasn't the same person. You could tell he was medicated.
He definitely wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
I've been around. There's people in my family who are bipolar, so I know. You know, when they're having like a manic episode, they might be very creative and persuasive in the way they talking, versus when they on the meds, they're very dull and they just seem off. So I understand it from a mental health standpoint, like the difference in what.
I mean, he was a Scorpio, or he is a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So,
What you trying to say?
I mean, you're a Scorpio.
This guy.
Scorpios, you know how y'all play, But my boy Charles Hamilton, I thought he was gonna be like huge. You know what I'm saying? Then he fell off. Then I thought he was coming back, and then just fell off again. And I ain't really hear nothing of him since. Maybe I think he dropped some shit called like the Black Box a few years ago or something like that. I think that's the last. Yeah, we did, huh? Yeah. So that was like one of the last joints I like listened to from home. Wherever you at, Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Y'all want to touch on?
I mean, I think we good, because, yeah, like you said, man, it's going to take me 62 years to get this uploaded.
I got a quick question though. Make your brain stink real quick.
You saying my brain stinks
Which
like a smell?
which rapper would you wish was still going hard now? For me, it's Lloyd Banks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Still going hard. Still going hard meaning like they still could if they wanted to because they're not old, they're not washed up. They just
So two come to mind for me.
yeah. Whoever.
So I got two that come to mind. JD Era is who I think of right away. He was signed to Ray's Ice H2O label. He got dropped for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just because he was lazy, but his first project was dope, and I remember like everything that he was on that to Ice H2O. True, but I mean he put out fire, and then all the tracks he had with Ray was fire too. Him, and then Rhymefest. I don't know why, but I just feel like Rhymefest could have been like putting out some serious heat right now.
Shit, I don't know. DMX maybe. I don't know. I fucked with DMX. He probably could. So like,
But I don't know. Maybe him hitting the pipe kind of gave us the music that we got from him.
that was my guy X was like my favorite rapper at one point. My dude, like my boy. You know what I'm saying?
You know, maybe that could be he is Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural affinity. That's the opposite of a Gemini. So I don't know. You know.
Interesting stat about X. He like for every album, he's one of very few artists, if not the only artist, to have had a #1 album within that first week of it releasing. Every time he put out an album,
And he had 2 #1s in like what, a 6-month period?
something like that. Yeah. You want it back, or are we going this way?
I mean, that was my artist.
Oh, I. Where you going?
I can't really think of anybody. I mean, you guys pretty much touched, you know, some of the artists that I would have thought of, but yeah.
We don't go hard enough.
I don't have anybody on the mind at the moment.
What about Joe Button? He's just a podcast man. Right. He could still spit though if he wanted to.
Yeah. I think Button got in his. I think he got in his own way, being, you know,
Arrogant as fuck.
emotional.
But his last album was so non-emotional, and I thought that was some of his best work.
His Rage was fire. I ain't even gonna lie. Rage was fire. Like, bro, I understand, you know, people have changed their hearts every day, but dude, you could easily keep going.
I feel like
You can.
Like,
I feel like he secured his longevity. You know what I think Joe should do though, and I'm not telling him what to do. I feel like he should keep doing his media thing.
Yeah.
And just do features.
He found his
yeah,
lane.
I think the business got to him. I think he felt like he wasn't being appreciated enough, because, boy,
wasn't.
Joe, your
He was
albums,
rapping, he wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he still writes.
Just in general?
Just
I think so. He
No.
got too much of his personality.
I
I think he got notebooks.
I don't think he writes, but I think he has lyrics in his mind. I think every time he hears a hot beat or something that he feels like he could potentially have been on and killed, I guarantee his brain is working 1,000,000 miles a minute, and he's saying to himself,
rapping to himself.
he's saying to himself, yo, give me a smooth 15 minutes, I'll be right back. I could kill this shit, honestly.
And his run of women is just incredible.
We talked about that earlier at work. That's funny. We ain't gonna tell y'all where me and Joe work at. It's just a shitty company. We'll leave it at that.
Got your info though, bitch.
Yo, but
I don't like that.
I want to mention this real quick, and then we'll close
I don't
out.
like that shit.
So speaking of Joe and then Charles Hamilton, like you mentioned, I remember they was on like a radio or something together, and Joe was giving Charles props because Charles was basically like, yo, give me 15 minutes. I'm going to write a diss track for you. Homie sat in the corner, did his thing, came back, spit his verse.
Who did this?
Joe Budden. Like, they were just going back and forth playing with each other. And he was like, yo, this dude really wrote a diss track in 15 minutes.
Charles Hamilton was really about that.
Yeah,
My
it was
nigga,
crazy.
This is how you know. Charles Hamilton had a battle with Kendrick Lamar back in the days.
Ate him.
He won.
Ate him.
Like, niggas don't remember that because this was before Kendrick blew. Charles won. Yeah, when he was K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? And so that should, you know, let you know the lyrical extent of his ability and, you know, things of that nature.
Word.
Charles Hamilton got busy, boy.
So 3 minutes. Let's close this out. Famous words of Joe Budden. Shout out to the first-time listeners, last-time listeners, everybody in between. Like this video, share this video, and if you don't, you know, go have a pickle.
Yeah, basically. Share this shit. I mean, we at least, I think we know what we talking about to an extent. Everybody got their opinions on the internet, but I think we put on a good show for y'all.
All right, I'm selfish. You guys know I always like to talk about myself. I'm sorry. Yeah, make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram at Direction CYLP Garments. I'm still pushing these Joe's hating right now. I'm still pushing these Unfamous hoodies. I'm going to be doing a shoot for the Unfamous hoodies soon. Look out for that. Trust me, it's going to be fire. You know how I do. Once again, go check me out at Direction CYLP Garments on IG.
At the Brokest Podcast, you know, on Instagram. Tell them where to reach you real quick, Joe.
So my Twitter is currently suspended because they're hating on my copyright videos. But my Instagram is I am Joe Sports, and my Twitter is the same once I get it reactivated.
Y'all already know
my Twitter is hit this nigga. My Instagram is hit my mans. You already know how I play. Esteban Rey, you know. You know. But yeah. You know. Due to the facts you know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, much success to you, even if you wish us the opposite. Peace.
Listen, when we get